Hello and welcome to North 500 Motorhomes. Today we're going to show you how the vehicle works, which will hopefully add to your enjoyment of your visit. When you first get the vehicle, you'll be handed a set of keys, and on the keys there's two. One controls the front cab, which will open and lock the front of the vehicle. The second is your habitation keys, which will control the door and all your external storage lockers. So this key here, to open the door, just put the key into the lock, and turn left, and to lock the door, just turn to the right, and the door will be locked. To open the habitation lock, simply pull at that, and to lock, in the lock position, you simply turn the key to lock and push the lock in. And to open, simply do the reverse. Inside your habitation storage area, you'll find your storage box with all your kitchen accessories. You'll find levelling ramps for your vehicle to hold on a steady ground, and you'll also find your water and electric connections. To connect your vehicle to the electric hookup, simply open the catch, the electric point, push it like so, push that down, and then connect the other side to the electric supply at the caravan site you're visiting. Simply open the cap, put the key in to unlock and turn. Then take the hose that we previously showed you in the storage area, push into the water tank, and then connect the other side to the tap and simply fill and wait for it to fill. To fill the vehicle with diesel, the diesel hatch is located on the passenger side of the vehicle. Simply open the door to gain access to it, flick the bottom corner and use the front key engine to open the diesel. The gas compartments are all on the passenger side of the vehicle, just behind the front cab. To open the gas, use the habitation key. Works in the same way as other locks shown earlier. Turn the key and to open like that. In here you'll normally find two gas bottles. One will be connected and the other will be completely full, sitting to the side. To turn the gas on, there's two valves. One is located at the back here, and to be on, the yellow should be fully down. The second is on the gas bottle. Turn it anti-clockwise to open at the top, like so, or clockwise to close. To change the gas bottle, use the spanner provided in the compartment. Put it onto the lock nut at the top and turn clockwise to unlock. So, like so. Once you release it, you can then just unscrew with your hands. Remove like so. Replace the bottle with the full bottle. Then put this back on, and to tighten, you do it anti-clockwise. And again, tighten it with your fingers to begin with. And then once you get to the end, just use the spanner to give it a final tighten. Like so. And then simply shut the door, turn the lock. All your toilet waste is collected in a cassette behind this door. To open this door, take the same habitation keys, simply turn in here and lock, press the two buttons in to open. Then, to release the cassette, make sure the valve inside the toilet is in the closed position. Simply push up the blue handle at the bottom and pull out. So we'll now show you how to empty the cassette. So to empty your toilet cassette, simply pull the lever out, unscrew, Then dispose of the waste by simply turning it upside down into a chemical toilet facility. Wash out with water, then fill the cassette back up with blue chem that you're provided with. You probably only need to use about a fifth of the bottle each time. You then turn the cap back on at the top, put the arm back in, and simply push the cassette back into position like so. Inside the vehicle, in the kitchenette area, you'll have a gas hob, a gas oven and a sink. To operate the gas hob, make sure the gas is switched on in the habitation area that we showed you outside the vehicle earlier. Simply push the button down to let the gas through, and then turn to ignite. Okay, to light the oven, simply turn the gas off and use the switch here to ignite, like so. Now, if you don't have an ignition on the front hob type, you will be supplied with an igniter, and you simply turn the gas on and ignite it manually. All the vehicles come with a switch for the oven. So inside the vehicle, you've got two control panels. The one on the right controls the habitation of the vehicle, and the one on the left controls the heating. Turn the one on the right on, hold the button there on until the power goes on, and this will become illuminated. On the control panel, you've got 8 different sensors. The first one with the temperature dial is the temperature inside the vehicle. The one with the front cab showing is the battery level of the front vehicle. The one with the light on the outside is the outside light. The one with the water pump is the water, and that it needs to be on for you to use the water in the vehicle because the pump needs to be active. The one at the top here is your water level, and S1 is your fresh water level. Press the button again and it will go to R1, and that's your wastewater level. The wastewater is the brown water that you lose from your shower and your sink. The B2 is your rear battery level, and the light is the light. So in order to use any of the lights need to be on. To switch everything off, just hold down the power button. The controller on the left is the heating. All the control panels are Truma. To activate the heating, simply press the button, and you've got 4 icons along the top. The first icon is the internal temperature of the vehicle. The second icon, which you can get by turning it, is the water temperature. The third icon is the source of energy, whether it's the electric, the gas, and the final is the fan for the vehicle. So if I toggle it back to the internal vehicle, so to change the temperature of the vehicle, just press that button once and it will come up with the heating, and you simply just turn that dial to get to the temperature. Standard temperature is roughly around about 19 to 20 degrees. Just press the button once and that's the temperature stored. For the hot water, simply press the button again and again select the temperatures, and your choices are off, eco, hot and boost. And again just press the button to select the heating. The third icon along is your heat source. So you've got gas, mix, which is a mix of electric and gas, and electric. So in this country it's EL2 and it's the gas choice. So if you're on a caravan site and you're hooked up to the electric, you would select EL2, or if you're not hooked up, you would obviously select the gas. The final icon along is a fan shape, and that's just the air ventilation within the vehicle, and you just turn that to how you want the air, so it's got from eco to high. Within the settings here, we recommend, if you're travelling during the winter, that you always leave the hot water on eco when you're parked up, and that just prevents the boiler from freezing when the temperature drops below 0 degrees. The other thing that we would always recommend that you do is when you're shutting your power off or leaving a campsite, you always turn the heating off and your hot water off, and that enables the system to be disconnected from your gas or your electric. The other thing that we always recommend is that you should always disconnect your gas by turning it off at the gas while you're travelling in the vehicle. So inside the vehicle you'll have various different points that's got plugs in it. Now, these plugs work off 240 volt supply, which means you need to be in a campsite with the electric hookup. So your hair dryers or anything else that requires a 3-pin plug will only work when you're in a site with electric hookup. The TV has a 12 volt supply, and that will run off the Habitation battery. But for this to work, you need to make sure that your lights inside the vehicle are on, because that provides the power for your 12 volt supply to your TV. So inside the vehicle, we showed you the R1 on the control panel, and that shows you your brown water waste level. When that gets to full, you obviously have to empty the tank, so you should get to a disposal point that takes brown water waste. And under the vehicle, you'll see a handle like so. Simply pull the handle out like so, and the water will release. Now, that could take a couple of minutes for all the water to empty out. Once it's completed and the tank is empty, just simply push the handle back in. Located on the window is a safety switch, which means when the heating is on, if you're to open this window, the heating will cut out, and that's to prevent flumes coming from outside the vehicle back in. So always leave this window shut when the heating's on. To use the tap, make sure you've got water in your tank. So earlier I showed you the control panel and the water levels, so make sure there's water in the tank. Turn the pump on the control panel and simply lift the lever up to let the water come through the tap. So located within each vehicle towards the back of the kitchenette area are the fridge freezers. The top half contains a good sized fridge with a small freezer compartment at the top, and the bottom half is just a sliding door bottom fridge area. The control panel for the fridge is along the top, and the fridges work off gas, electric and the Habitation battery of the vehicle. Simply turn them on by switching and holding the power button. Then you can select what power source you want along the top. A is for automatic. If I hold the green or the grey button in the middle on, that will flash and it allows you to toggle through to different power sources. The plug is EL electric, the battery is the Habitation battery, and the gas symbol is gas. The gas will work when the gas is switched on, the electric will work when it's plugged into a source at a caravan site, and the Habitation battery will only work when the vehicle is physically running. The reason for that is if the vehicle was stationary, it would soon drain your battery, the fridge. So at a caravan site, always use the electric. If you're not camped, use the gas, and the battery only when you're travelling in the vehicle. Within the vehicle is the shower, and again, to use the shower, make sure you've got the water pump on. Obviously have the water tank with water, and also your heating needs to be on for the hot water. So on the control panel for the Truma, that's where we showed you how to control the water. If all those are on, you simply just pull the lever there for the shower to work, and then the shower water waste will go down here. So to operate the toilet, there's a lever indicator to there that's showing green just now, which means the toilet is empty, and as the toilet fills up, that will eventually go to solid red. You can maneuver the toilet position by turning here. Simply, to use the toilet, lift the lid, turn the catch at the bottom to the open position, use the toilet, put down the biodegradable toilet roll, and then flush, pressing the blue button here. You then make sure to close the hatch again once it's finished and put the toilet down. This handle is very important that you leave in the closed position, because you cannot remove the toilet cassette outside the vehicle unless that's in the closed position. So within the vehicles, the heating and water tanks are normally located under the seating areas. Simply remove the front seating cover and lift up for the boiler. And exactly the same for the water, which you can use to fill from inside the vehicle if you want as well. The vehicle comes with a reversing camera, radio, air conditioning and Bluetooth connection to your mobile phone. There's also a charger at the front that you can put your USB socket in for charging phone. To start the vehicle, use the same front cab keys. Simply put into the ignition, turn once, at which point your reversing camera will come on, and turn fully to start the vehicle. Always make sure you drive on the left hand side of the road. The vehicles all come with stickers inside with heights. So in this vehicle, the vehicle height is 3.2 metres, and that you have to be careful if you're going through any low bridges. The other thing to bear in mind is the vehicle is slightly wider than a normal vehicle, and your wing mirrors do extend slightly further, so make sure you give yourself extra space while driving on the road to account for the wing mirrors. And final bit of advice I've got is most of the vehicles have got a longer tail, so again make sure you give yourself sufficient turning space when you're going around corners to allow for the extra width that you've got, or the extra length you've got at the back of the vehicle.